Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new here. My name is Sophie, and today we are going to be continuing work on my coastal granddaughter aesthetic island, Honeydew. And yeah, we are going to be building a little neighborhood, basically extending what I built in my last build video, which was this little entrance here down on the first level. So we are just going up this incline that I built, and we are working on this area now. It's basically just right behind what I built for my entrance, which was just that little fountain area and then the road, and there's two houses down below. So this is kind of, I guess, the second part slash continuation of the neighborhood, since yeah, there's houses down there. But yeah, also one thing I think I mentioned in my entrance build was that I had filled that whole first layer in with sand and then put everything on top of it, which I think that was really fun, but honestly it took a lot of work and I kind of missed the grass. So I decided that everything on that first level is still going to be full of sand, so it's going to kind of look like a continuation of the beaches that run all the way around your island, and then anything on these upper levels, like where I'm working now, it's just going to be grass, and then I'll just do my, normal paths. So I'm putting down this sandy road just straight onto the grass, not like how I did it before where it was on top of sand. I love the sand, but yeah, like I said, it's just way too much work and I start to miss all the green. And then I started mapping out here. I wanted to have another incline and have a third level. I kind of had this idea of having houses on multiple levels all together, like right in a row, so that like if you were able to get a wide enough angle view, which I unfortunately can't, you theoretically could see houses on the first, second, and third level, like all lined up really close together. Even though this island is more like New England coastal, I got a lot of my inspiration pics from Malibu because I grew up in California, so that's just what I'm familiar with. And I feel like a lot of the houses there are just like right along the coast on the cliffs. So I wanted to do that, like all these houses just on the edges of the cliffs looking over the ocean. And yeah, that's where I finished building all the cliffs, doing all the terraforming, and then I just spent forever time traveling to get all of the houses in place. I think I moved, did I do 4 houses or 5 houses? I can't remember. I think it's 4, but don't quote me on that. I honestly don't remember. I filmed this quite a while ago. I've been filming everything like way ahead of time. Like normally I'm scrambling to get content for a video, but for once in my life I literally have like probably 5 or 6 videos worth of stuff just ready and filmed, just needs to be edited. So it's kind of a first for me. So yeah, this is a little bit older stuff. I didn't like just film this yesterday like I usually do. But yeah, I basically started by a lot of it's filler area, I feel like, just around the houses, but I wanted it to just be really, really natural. I kind of love these filler spaces, so hopefully this isn't like a horrifically boring. I know some people I feel like struggle with those little filler bits, like in between stuff, but I really love it. Like honestly, I just wanted to make this really naturey. We said hi to Julia there. Realized I'd never technically spoken to her. Oops. But yeah, so like I ended up doing all their yards like fenced in, which it's really fun. It makes me think of like the early days of Animal Crossing. Because some of my villagers like on my main Forever Island have fenced in yards, but most of them don't. I don't usually give people like a super designated strict little yard, but I really wanted to do that for this island. Like I wanted everyone to have their cute little white picket fence front yard. So yeah, this is a lot of fun. But yeah, a lot of this build is just filling in the spaces around the fencing, which as you're gonna kind of see as the video goes on, it's just a lot of nature. Lots of wheat fields, lots of flowers. I used like the garden rocks, like the flat ones and the tall ones, just all of the different rocks just kind of staggered in there. One thing I really hate is how these wheat fields are so square. I think everyone kind of hates that. So using just some bushes, flowers, rocks, items with more organic shapes mixed in there, especially if I can kind of use them to kind of disguise the really rough edges of the wheat fields. I love doing that. So that's what I did here. I really hope that like in future Animal Crossings we get more really naturey items like the wheat field or like the glowing moss or the weeds, but like I want something bushier than just setting down weeds, but like not as like heavily defined as the wheat fields. Like I want just like a nice thick clump of grass that looks natural, because these wheat fields don't look natural, but whatever, I'm working with it, working with what I got. And just sort of, yeah, I rearranged them a lot, as you can probably see. I got probably a little bit too picky on how they're all placed, but it's just hard because like when you're putting in flowers or bushes, like they have to be on like that specific tile grid, but then obviously furniture doesn't, like you can move it a half tile, so getting everything staggered just right takes a lot of effort. It takes a lot of thinking, and I don't usually have that much juice in my brain. I'm usually kind of brain dead. And I also had so much fun using dropped items on this build. I'm really bad about like dropping things, but I honestly think that's such a cute decor thing. Like you're gonna see a lot on this whole island. I'm trying to drop seashells everywhere. I think that's so stinking cute. I feel like the only times I've ever really done dropped items are like dropping star fragments, or on like fall islands I'll drop like pine cones or acorns. I feel like people do that a lot, but there's so many other cute little things you can drop. Like if you're doing fairy core, you could drop the heart crystals. You can literally also just drop like a piece of glowing moss. You don't have to like plant it. You just like grab one from your inventory and drop it, and it's really cute. And I feel like that just adds a little something, adds a little fun touch. Also, it's nice you can walk over it, because there's a lot of items that I like to use, but I still want to be able to like navigate and walk around the island. So yeah, dropping items is really nice. And in here, I'm fencing in this next yard. It got a little funky. Some of the shapes of the fences are a little funky just because I, had trees I was working around. I had, weird cliff edges to work with. Just, yeah, there was a lot of maneuvering. But I kind of like that the picket fences aren't just like a square. I kind of like that their yards are weirdly shaped. It just feels a little bit more naturey, like instead of like, clearing the land and bulldozing everything flat, they like built these houses around nature, and I really like that. I love very naturey builds, so this is kind of a good in-between for me, like the really structured like fencing mixed with the really crazy like green woodsy elements. It's kind of a good mix. I've been feeling lately like I'm missing doing overgrown builds, which I kind of laugh saying that because looking at this build, it's so overgrown, but just using these fences feels so structured. Normally I don't barely use fencing at all. Like on my more natural islands, I usually just do like trees and really windy twisty pathing, and I just work with that to make the island look like structured, I guess. Like I basically just put all of the trees and stuff so densely packed that like that forms a boundary, but instead I'm actually using like real fencing here, which is a fun challenge. But yeah, it feels very different. But I've got kind of a mix. Like my next couple builds for this island, I want to do like a big shopping center, which is going to be like really structured. It might be a little hard for me, but I'm gonna go for it. I want to do almost like a canal. Like I don't know if I'll actually put it like with a river in it. I have to decide how I want to do the waterscaping, but I definitely want to have like this big brick plaza with lots of little sandy beach streets and just tons of little shops, and I want to do a bunch of little fake buildings, which is not my forte. So that's gonna be really structured, but it'll be a good trade-off because then the rest of my builds for this island that I've planned so far are super natural. Like I want to do a build that's basically like a tide pool, so basically tons of like little itty bitty ponds and like single tile rivers just all connected together, and then just fill it in with like seashells and fish models and that stuff, so it looks like a flooded tide pool area. And then I also want to try my hand at doing those waterfalls using the rock cave things. I don't know if you know what I'm talking about, but for a while I feel like everyone was doing these builds where they would do waterfalls and then you push the cave item around it so it looks like a rocky waterfall instead of a waterfall coming out of like the ground, if that makes any sense. If you don't know what I'm talking about, hopefully it'll make sense whenever I post that video. But yeah, so I'm really excited. I've got a couple more fun builds. I don't know if that's gonna be enough to fill on this island. That's only 3 builds, but they are all gonna be pretty big. This whole neighborhood area basically takes up the whole lower right section. I figure the shopping center, depending on how big I make it, like if I do put a river, it might take literally like the whole back chunk of the island, honestly. Unless I do it in the front. I can't decide if I want the shops in the front or in the back. Originally I was thinking in the back, but maybe the front would be better. I don't know. I'm indecisive. I did in my first build, like the entrance build, I made a street, and the street that goes to the right connects to all the houses, but I don't know where the street going to the left will go. I'm like, will it just end, or is that gonna lead to some of the shops? I don't know. I didn't think it through. I just built a road that goes literally nowhere. And I think that happens on this build too. Like I have the road just stretching back past these houses, and there's nothing back there, and I don't know what I'm doing. I probably should have planned that out better, but we'll see. It'll be fun. I'm kind of thinking maybe do like a little land bridge kind of moment in the back of this island, like when you keep going up that road. I think that'd be cute, but I don't know what it's gonna lead to. I haven't planned ahead. I just have like vague ideas of what I want to build. I don't know exactly where it's gonna go, but yeah. And then some of those nature builds should take a lot of space, because when you're doing lots of cliffs, lots of water, lots of trees, that takes up land very, very quickly. At least in my opinion. I feel like maybe some people prefer city builds, because I know those fake buildings take up space, but I don't know, I'm just not good at them. To me, I feel like nature-y stuff takes up way more space because I just go absolutely bonkers on the terraforming. Which, speaking of terraforming, I'm basically finished with it here now. I was just fixing up the edges of this little cliff, and then it's all about decorating these last 2 yards. So yeah, I think there's only 4 houses then, which that's fine. And then I think there's what? So 4, 5, 6. So then there's 4 houses left. And I think I'm actually going to do those 4 houses that are left as like businesses, which is something I don't really ever do. Like I have done a couple houses as businesses on past islands, but like the front of their houses still look like yards. Like for example, on Mochi, I think I had Zucker ran like a fish store, but he still was like on the beach and his yard just looked kind of fishing-y, so it wasn't like super formal, you know? I thought someone was coming in my room. It's just my cat. Hello. Hi, baby. How are you? I was like, oh my god, who? I don't know why I get so nervous filming these voiceovers. Like, I'm always scared my family's gonna walk in and be like, what are you doing? And like, they know. Like, they know I do YouTube. So I don't know why I get so anxious. It's like, no one's here, no one's listening, and if anyone even were here, they wouldn't care. I get a little jumpy, but thankfully my cats don't seem to mind about my voiceovers, so... what was I saying before? I don't even know. I think I was talking something about the nature-y builds on this island taking up space. I don't know, but anyways, we're gonna move on. I'm doing these last few yards. I think this is Nana, and then is it Eloise to the left? I already don't remember. I remember this one is Nana's because I actually did her interior is like a Barbie house because I had like just seen the Barbie movie. I did film the interior, of course. I'm gonna post that video in the coming weeks. That'll probably be either the next video I post, or like maybe in 2 videos. I don't know. I haven't decided what order I'm posting stuff, but yeah, I made her interior like not like super Barbie house, but it's definitely the pinkest house that I have done for this island because generally I wanted it to be very muted, very neutral. But yeah, I wanted someone to have kind of a cutesy pink build because I was like, I don't know if I'm ever gonna be able to do a super Barbie core tropical build, but if ever I did, it would be like here, you know, like on this island, because this is like the closest to a very tropical island I've ever had. So yeah, I did that. And then yeah, we're working over on this yard again, very naturey. I love putting the smaller stunted trees behind the wheat fields. Like we've got that little baby coconut tree just poking up over the wheat field there. Isn't that so cute? I love it. I wish we had like more sizes. Like I feel like some of the smaller trees like go from small to huge way too quickly. Okay, and I lied, we're still terraforming. I forgot I decided to make their yard a little bit bigger so that I had more room to work with. I just wanted to be able to do a little more fencing. And then at this point I was kind of itching to do something very natural. I was like, I need to build a waterfall. I need to do waterscaping, because unpopular opinion, but I love waterscaping. I know a lot of people have a love-hate relationship with it because it's kind of finicky, but I love it. I love building little waterfalls, especially those little circle waterfalls with like little ponds under them. It just makes me very happy. So yeah, I'm looking forward to some of the next couple builds for this island that are gonna be like very nature heavy, very watery. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, I could so do an island that's like just waterscaping, like literally put very little furniture, very few builds, just go absolutely ham on the water. But I feel like my brain is like, I still need a theme, so I'm like, I don't know what that would even be. I guess if I did a swamp or something, that could be cute. But yeah, I think we are also nearing the end of the build here. We're just getting this last bit of fencing in and walkway in. Oh yeah, decorating this last little cliff edge. No cliff edges left undecorated. I'm just crazy. Like, even if there's areas you can't really see or access, like some of that area behind their houses, like here right now where I'm working, you can't really even see this. I could have just left it pretty much empty or just like filled it with flowers or something, but I just feel the urge, like, I gotta decorate it. I gotta put items back here. So yeah, put in a bunch of trees and wheat fields and flowers, all that good stuff. Which I've realized I've been so bad about flowers on this island. Like, I don't think there's any green mums in this build. I think I maybe have a few in my entrance, but like, how did I forget to use green mums? I might have to go back and adjust this build because I love green mums. They're literally probably my favorite flower, and I think I just got swept up using all the fun modded flower colors, like the blue ones, that I forgot that the green ones exist, and I love the green ones. They're my favorite. So yeah, might have to go back and fix that a little bit, because I want green. I still want green. Yeah, okay, there's a green one there, but I need more green in the rest of this build. But anyways, yeah, here is our final walkthrough. So yeah, you go up that incline, and here we are. First, on the second level, we have the street go off to the right, and we've got our first house here. I don't know if the mic is picking it up, but my cat's digging through my trash can, so sorry if you can hear my little trash gremlin. But yeah, this is Melba's yard. Oh my god, she's off in the distance there. That's so cute. She's like watching us. And then I think this is Goldie's house. I think so, because I gave her a blue door, I'm pretty sure. And she's just got a cute little pumpkin patch. I guess tomatoes would have worked better for like a summery island, but, or even doing like the fake watermelon plants, but I don't know. I like the pumpkins. Maybe that's just my wish for it to be fall sneaking into this island, which I will hopefully be doing a fall island, so stay tuned for that. I don't know if I'm gonna really have time to do it, but I hope so. But yeah, honestly, I really love how this whole area came together. I think it's so cute. And if you think it's cute too, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up, subscribe, comment, do all that stuff that the YouTube algorithm likes. I really, really appreciate all of the love and support. Y'all mean the world to me. And until the next time, I hope you have a great, wonderful rest of your day. Bye-bye. Stay peachy.